a separate section, because he was stubborn, he wouldn't listen, whereby you have gays or people, like who also love men, and then the first thing they did is that they just rape him. Yes, that is the first thing they do, like they did to him, so he is still there in prison. So now the point becomes like he cannot even move himself, not only that, but he cannot even talk. Sun is shining here so bad, so let me tell you guys like how this African boy was turned into a gay here in Europe. So this is why if they tell you guys that do not commit a crime, I mean they meant it, do not commit a crime. So this African boy from this particular country in Africa, I don't think I will need to mention the name of the country. Then when we came here newly in Germany, it's like they gave this guy the chance to go to school. He decided that no, he do not want to go to school, Then they also gave him a chance to go and work, which means like if you cannot study, at least you have the basics of the language, which he already had, So now they gave him a chance just to go and work normally. Then he only works for like 1 or 2 months, and then he just stopped working. By the way, kids are just playing outside. So yeah, they just gave him that chance to work. He do not want to work, So for more than 2 good years, he was going in and out of prison. So this is how his life became, just going in and out of prison. And then everyone knows that, like even our friend group, he sells drugs, he's a drug dealer. Like the police officers in the city, they know him so well, not only like by looking at him, knowing him, they know him personally. Like they have caught him with drugs several times. And now his problem becomes that, he just became more aggressive against the police officers. Like if they are arresting him, sometimes he wouldn't even listen to the police officers, he will just insult them. I mean, not once, not twice. I mean, like we all know, like you cannot do that in Africa. In some countries, like where like we have police officers, but at the end of the day, there is no law. We all know that like there is no law. So which means like if the police officers are talking to you in a way, you are just disrespecting them. So that simply is going to tell you that you are just digging your own grave at the end of the day. Yeah. So that is like what happens to this guy. For more than 2 good years, he was just like fighting with the police officers on and on, like they will just take him to prison, and then they are going to release him from prison. They will just take him back again, because like normally here, if you caught someone, like let's say, through the law, I mean, it's kind of like you cannot even fight them to start with, Let me go and sit there. So it's like through the law, you cannot even fight these people like to start with, So which means like you will have to use the law. I mean, like in order for you to be able to do something with them, But it's like you cannot beat them, like you cannot use force on them, and that has been going on like for quite some time, like for 2 good years. And then from there, they once caught him again. So the time they caught him again, they decided that look, like this boy is becoming too much for them. Now what they do is that they send him to prison one more time for like 6 good months, and then they release him again. That was all here in Germany. Then so once they released him from the prison, then he went to a neighboring country here. He went to a neighboring country here in Germany. Then he also went to this place, just to sell drugs. So this country, what they did is that like they contact the German police officers, say, have this guy ever committed crime in Germany? They just gave him his files. Yes, we caught him, like several times. He is stubborn. He don't listen to the police officers. I mean, yeah. So he was not having a document. You remember that? No documents. I mean, he was not there legally. He was selling drugs, and then selling drugs in so many countries, it is considered that you are just killing their family members, you know. I mean, not only here in Europe, but everywhere in the world, of course, because we all know that like the damages that drugs are able to inflict upon families, upon the society as a whole. So when he went to this other country without a document, just crossed the borders just to go and sell drugs there, so they caught him on that, you know. So once they caught him, now what these people do is that they sent him to prison, you know. So once they sent him to a prison, then they left him there in prison. Now someone was just giving me the information from this boy, because I know him personally, you know. So they said like that he cannot even walk, because the time he get inside the prison, the first things they did is that they just took him to a separate section, you know, because he was stubborn, he wouldn't listen, whereby you have gays or people, you know, like who also love men, you know. And then the first thing they did is that they just rape him. Yes, that is the first thing they do, like they did to him, you know. So he is still there in prison. So now the point becomes like he cannot even move himself, you know. Not only that, but he cannot even talk. All these things are due to, you know, the tortures that he had, the torture that he has been going through, you know. Because in prison, when you are there, if you take yourself as you are the most stubborn, you know, you will find out that there are people in prison, you know. Those people are receiving life in jail, you know. You will see people in prison, they are receiving like life in jail, you know. So to those people, they do not care. And then you know, so this is why they said like that you are only a man when you are outside, you know, but once you are inside, you are not a man. I mean, the simple term for that is that because no matter like how strong you are, you know, no matter like how famous you are, you will still find some people there who are more stronger than you, you know, and who are also more famous than you. So that is what happened to this man. So now he's in prison. Like, first, he can't talk. Second, he can't even move himself. So which means like that when it is time for them to release this guy, it will be like he has no family here, no nothing. So that's why like I'm just trying my best to go there, you know, like to be able to help him. But I don't even know like that when they are going to release him, you know, like to start with. So that is why I always tell you guys that if you go into someone else's country, you know, you just respect their rules and their laws. Selling drugs is not the way. Like, especially they even gave you a chance, you know, to move yourself, you know, to help yourself, you know, to uplift yourself. So this is the biggest things or the biggest mistake that you could ever do. Now look at this boy. Number one, selling drugs does not help him. They gave him the chance to go to school, which he also didn't do, you know. They also gave him a chance to work, which he also didn't do. Then at the end of the day, they just sent him a place whereby he do not want to be there to start with. They raped him. I mean, men were raping him. So which means like, in other words, like he is just a female to those men there in prison. Because no matter how stubborn you are, you know, you will still find some people there in prison which are more stubborn than you, you know. So it's like no matter how clever you are, you know, like you will also still find some people like who are also more clever than you. So I just thought like let me just share this story with you guys, and then I will be going there, to be honest, to see when this guy is going to be released, because I mean he has no family here, of course, you know, only the friends that he, you know, like he knows here, or at least like the people that he knows here. So I will be traveling to this country so that I will be able to see his situations whenever it is time for him to be released. Because no matter how, you know, like sick you are, as long as it is not your time for them to release you in prison here, they are not going to release you, you know. So selling drugs, I mean, like it's something a big deal. So do not just do it, you know, because at the end of the day, it does not help you for nothing, like with anything to say. So yeah, right now I am at the station, you know, I'm just waiting for my train. It's coming at 6:31. Then I will be going home. So if you learned anything from this, the first thing, do not commit a crime. Second, if you have the chance, you know, to go to school, do it. If you have the chance to go and learn something, do it, because that is your only way anywhere in the world, even in your own homeland. Like I used to don't sell drugs, rather if you are like outside somewhere else. So this is the train, but this is not my train. I am going to wait for the next one. Yeah, so let me just come and sit here, just wait for my train. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys is that if you ever find yourself in this type of situations, I mean, like, the best thing is that do not commit crime, because that is just the best way. Do not just commit crime. That is the best way. If you just want to live, I mean, like, if you just want to make it, so the first chance that you have is go to school, make it. I mean, that's it. So if you love this video and you also learn something from this, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. And not only that, but you also give me a thumbs up and also comment what you love about this video or what you also learn about this video, guys. So that is what I am. So then I'm gonna see you guys soon.